My wife served me divorce papers at my retirement party while our kids clapped and cheered best day ever. That's when I realized my family had been plotting my ruin for years. James Crawford, 62, stood in the packed American Legion Hall in Cleveland, Ohio, holding the manila envelope his wife Catherine handed him mid-speech, as their son Tyler, 26, and daughter Melissa, 23, grinned from the crowd like they'd just won the lottery. The room, full of co-workers, neighbors, union brothers who'd climb poles with me through blizzards and blackouts, froze in horror. Catherine, in her new designer dress, bought with money she thought I didn't have, smiled triumphantly. But that smile shattered the second I opened my briefcase and started laying out property deeds. For 35 years, I'd been the simple lineman for Cleveland Municipal Power. Rain, snow, 100-foot poles and howling wind, to keep the city's lights on. Catherine introduced me as, "My husband works for the city," like I shuffled papers in a basement. Tyler told med school friends Dad was in utilities. Melissa, fresh MBA, changed the subject when asked about family, once telling friends I was between things. They borrowed thousands. Tyler $8,000 for med school. Melissa $30,000 cosign loans, acting like asking me was charity work for a deadbeat, what they never knew. Every overtime shift, every holiday emergency call, I invested. Started with a crashed market duplex in Lakewood in 2008, $15K down, fixed myself, rented for profit. Added one or two a year, Parma single family, Lakewood triplex, Cleveland Heights apartments. 11 properties total, all in my name, all separate assets under Ohio law. $2.4 million equity, $18,000 monthly passive income by 2023. Catherine's affair with gym trainer Brian Sullivan started the plot. She filed divorce, thinking she'd get half the house, $40K equity, and savings, $8K, total $24K, then live large with Brian. Kids cheered because they were tired of embarrassed Dad. At the party, Catherine's speech turned ambush. Jim deserves freedom. Handed me papers. Tyler, best day ever. Melissa, finally, I smiled, signed them on the spot. Honest, let's be honest. Pulled deeds, bank statements, rental logs, showed texts from Catherine to Brian. Once Jim's broke and humiliated, we'll buy that condo in Florida. Emails to kids planning asset split. The hall erupted. Co-workers who'd assumed I scraped by did math. 18K month passive. Neighbors gasped at Catherine's greed. Twist hit harder. Catherine had drained joint accounts for Brian's gifts, $12K on jewelry, Vegas trips. Forged my name on credit apps for his new truck. Kids knew. Helped hide charges. Union rep. Bill. Jim, you could have retired rich years ago. I had, just quietly. But the real bombshell, Catherine's lawyer demanded full disclosure. Got it. Property separate, untouchable. She got $24K total. Brian dumped her week later. No money, no honey. Kids' loans due, no cosigner. Tyler dropped med school temporarily, stocked shelves at Giant Eagle. Melissa's startup failed without funding. They begged back. Tyler, Dad, we were wrong. Melissa crying, please help my business. Catherine, remarry, counseling. Respect isn't borrowed with interest. Today, December 22nd, 2025, 15 years after that party, I'm on my Lake Erie cabin porch, bought cash with rental profits, watching grandkids from my new marriage fish off the dock. Tyler's an electrician now. My old company, proud of the trade. Melissa runs a successful gym chain, earned every cent. Catherine, retail clerk in a Westlake strip mall. Brian long gone, They thought destroying a simple man was easy. They learned quiet men build empires no one sees, until it's too late. What wrecked you most? That public divorce ambush at retirement? Kids cheering best day ever? Or the hidden real estate millions revealed? Tell me in the comments exactly where you're watching from. Your city, your state, your country, so I can see how far this unbelievable story's traveled worldwide. Your shock, your fury, your cheers for justice. I read everyone. And if these real-life betrayals, vicious plots, and sweet revenge keep you hooked, smash subscribe and turn on notifications. These nightmares happen in hard-working American families every day. And the triumphant comebacks are worth celebrating. You tried to forge my will to cut me out of my own empire and leave everything to your trainer boyfriend, Catherine, after I'd already given you more mercy than you deserved. My voice boomed across the packed Cuyahoga County Probate Court in downtown Cleveland on a frigid February morning in 2012. 18 months after Catherine thought her $24,000 settlement was rock bottom. She sat at the table in a thrift store coat, face gaunt from retail shifts and sleepless nights, eyes wide with terror as the forensic handwriting expert took the stand. Tyler, now 28 and stocking shelves at Giant Eagle, stared at the floor. Melissa, 25, and teaching spin classes for minimum wage, clutched tissues. Their new accomplice, Brian Sullivan, the ex-trainer turned financial advisor, sat shackled beside Catherine, his gym tan faded to prison pallor. After the divorce bombshell, I thought they'd learned. But Catherine, bitter in her Westlake apartment, teamed up with Brian, dumped but crawling back for a cut, and a shady estate attorney from Parma named Victor Russo. Plan: forge a new will backdated before the divorce, claiming I'd promised everything to Catherine in case of accident on the job. Fake signatures, doctored witnesses from Brian's old gym buddies in Strongsville, even a forged codicil leaving $500,000 to my loving companion, Brian Sullivan, for continued care of my family. Worse, they bribed my former property manager's assistant, $30,000 from Catherine's secret GoFundMe, pretending to be a widow of a lineman, to plant the will in my Lakewood storage unit during a routine inspection. Goal: probate court declares it valid, voids my real will, leaving everything to Tyler and Melissa with trusts, funnels millions to Catherine and Brian. Then they flee to Florida with a condo in Naples already escrowed under Brian's cousin's name. But the gut punch twist, the one that made the judge slam her gavel and bailiffs cuff Brian mid-testimony, was Olivia's discovery. My PI caught the assistant on hidden camera planting the document. Handwriting expert confirmed forgeries. GoFundMe traced, $45,000 raised, with lies about my fatal pole accident that never happened. Emails from Catherine to Brian. Once the will's probated, we sell the Cleveland Heights building first. $800K cash, split the yacht in Fort Lauderdale. Kids get nothing for betraying me with their support at the party. Judge Maria Gonzalez, a no-nonsense 68-year-old from Lorain who'd seen every family scam in Northeast Ohio, didn't mince words. Mrs. Crawford, you didn't just betray a husband. You forged his death wish to steal from your own children, all while playing victim. Sentences thunderous. Catherine, 12 years. For forgery, fraud, conspiracy. Brian, 15 years. Assets forfeited. Russo disbarred. 8 years. Assistant, 5 years. Probation. Today, December 22nd, 2025, I'm on my expanded Lake Erie cabin deck. Added a wing with rental profits. Grilling steaks with my new wife, Sarah. Met at a lineman widow's support group irony. Watching Tyler, now proud journeyman lineman at my old company, teach his toddler to fish. Melissa, gym chain owner, 3 locations in Columbus, chasing her kids through the yard. Grandkids everywhere, laughter echoing over the water. Catherine rots in Marysville. Letters begging forgiveness ignored. Brian flipped for reduced time. Ratted everyone. Kids learned, respect the hard way. Earned every dime since. They thought shaming a blue-collar dad was free. It cost them a fortune and their souls. What destroyed you more? That forged will stealing from her own kids? The fake GoFundMe widow scam? Or plotting a Florida yacht escape on stolen millions? Spill your raw reaction in the comments with exactly where you're watching from, your city, your state, your country, so I can see how far this insane family betrayal has spread worldwide. Your outrage, your gasps, your fist pumps for justice. I read every word. And if these real-life stories of vicious greed, unforgivable lies, and total comeback victory keep you raging, then cheering, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. These betrayals happen in hard-working American families every single day. And the sweet, well-earned justice is what makes it all worthwhile. You poisoned the grandkids against me with lies that I molested them, just to force a custody grab and squeeze millions from my trusts, Catherine. My roar echoed through the Cuyahoga County Family Court in Cleveland on a bitter November afternoon in 2015. 3 years after Catherine and Brian thought prison walls could hide their darkest plot yet. Catherine, skeletal from years of prison food and rage, glared from the defendant's table in chains, her eyes manic. Brian, linked via video from his federal pen in Youngstown, sweated bullets. Tyler, now 31, and finally a licensed electrician, clenched fists in the gallery. Melissa, 28 with 2 toddlers and her thriving gym chain, sobbed quietly. Their latest puppets, a corrupt child psychologist from Westlake named Dr. Evelyn Hart, and a fake trauma counselor from Parma, sat exposed, careers in ruins. After the forged will disaster, I thought evil had limits, but Catherine, obsessed from Marysville, recruited Dr. Hart, facing license revocation for insurance fraud, with $60,000 crypto from Brian's hidden wallet. Plan. Fabricate recovered memories in my grandkids, Tyler's 5-year-old twins, and Melissa's 3-year-old daughter, claiming Grandpa Jim touched us inappropriately during sleepovers. Fake therapy sessions recorded with leading questions, planted drawings of stick figures, even bribed Melissa's old nanny to witness me acting strange at a Mentor Park picnic. Goal: emergency DCS removal of grandkids, force Tyler and Melissa to sue me for damages, trigger trust clauses voiding inheritance on felony convictions, funnel millions to Catherine via victim compensation, routed to Brian's sister in Akron. Catherine's prison call to Hart. Make the kids say it on video. Jim goes down for life. Trusts dissolve. Money flows to us in Florida accounts. Grandkids, they'll forget Grandpa once we buy them ponies in Naples. But the soul-crushing twist, the one that had deputies restraining Tyler from lunging and the judge ordering recess, came from the kids themselves. Hidden nanny cam in Tyler's home, installed after prior threats, caught Hart coaching the twins. Remember what Grandma said. Grandpa's touches made you sad, right? The 5-year-old boy. But Grandpa just reads books and gives hugs. Hart. No, sweetie, bad touches. Say it for the nice judge. Melissa's toddler drawing session recorded Hart guiding crayons into scary pictures. DCS raid on Hart's office uncovered payoffs, forged reports, even plans to drug the kids with mild sedatives for realistic trauma responses. Tyler and Melissa, horrified, testified against their mother, voice cracking. She used our babies as weapons. Judge Sophia Ramirez, a 62-year-old grandmother from Lorraine who'd lost her own son to false accusations, delivered fire. Mrs. Crawford, you weaponized innocence, the purest thing on earth, for greed. This is child abuse by proxy, attempted extortion, conspiracy. Sentences avalanche. Catherine, 25 more years. Transferred to out-of-state max security. Brian, another 18. Heart license revoked forever, 10 years. Counselor, 7 years. Today, December 22nd, 2025. I'm in my Lake Erie cabin great room, fireplace crackling, surrounded by Tyler's twins, now 10 Little League stars. Melissa's kids, 7 and 5, piano prodigies, and 2 new grandbabies from their growing families. Sarah and I host Sunday dinners. Lineman stories, laughter, respect earned the hard way. Catherine writes desperate letters from solitary, ignored. Kids cut contact forever. They thought breaking a hard-working dad was easy. It forged a family unbreakable. What crushed you hardest? That fake molestation lies on innocent grandkids, coaching toddlers to accuse grandpa, or using DCS as a weapon for millions. Unleash it in the comments with exactly where you're watching from. Your city, your state, your country, so I can see how far this monstrous betrayal has reached souls everywhere. Your heartbreak, your boiling rage, your relief at justice. I read every raw line. And if these real-life horrors of family evil, unthinkable cruelty, and glorious redemption keep you raging, then rejoicing, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. These nightmares strike good American families every single day. But the triumphant healings are what restore our hope. You hired a hitman from solitary to kill me and kidnap the grandkids for ransom. All because my new family's Christmas card made you snap, Catherine. My shout thundered through the federal courtroom in Cleveland on a stormy October morning in 2018. 3 years after Catherine thought solitary confinement would silence her forever. She sat bolted to the chair in full restraints, face twisted with pure hatred, as the undercover FBI agent in tactical gear took the stand. Brian, patched in from his Colorado Supermax, went ghost white. Tyler, 34, gripped the rail so hard his knuckles cracked. Melissa, 31, shielded her kid's eyes in the gallery. Their deadliest pawn yet, Rico, Ice Delgado, a cartel enforcer doing life in Florence, had already rolled for a cell upgrade. Catherine, raging over my Christmas card. Me, Sarah, the kids, grandkids laughing on the Lake Erie dock, smuggled orders via a bribed Marysville guard and burner phones routed through Brian's prison tablet hacks. $200,000 in crypto from a wallet she'd hidden pre-divorce paid Delgado's crew. Target, me, during my weekly breakfast at Slyman's in downtown Cleveland. Method, drive-by on East 55th, staged as random robbery, body dumped in the Cuyahoga River. Backup, snatch Melissa's 8-year-old daughter and Tyler's 7-year-old twins from Rocky River elementary drop-off. Hold them in an abandoned warehouse in Ashtabula. Demand $5 million ransom wired to Catherine's release fund. Her own words on tape, venom dripping. Jim and his perfect new wife gone. Grandkids terrified, begging for grandma. Tyler and Melissa bankrupt paying ransom. Trusts dissolve under duress. I walk on compassionate release. Buy that condo in Clearwater, Florida. Kids learn who really loves them. But the blood-chilling twist, the one that made grandmothers in the gallery weep and deputies draw tasers, came from the sting footage. FBI posed as the crew, met the guard in a Mentor truck stop lot, took marked bills. Delgado spilled, Catherine wanted the grandkids, traumatized enough to hate Grandpa forever. Tell DCS he hired the kidnappers to silence them about the old abuse lies. Judge Harlan Brooks, a 70-year-old Korean war vet from Parma who'd lost a grandson to violence, slammed the gavel like gunfire. Mrs. Crawford, you ordered the murder of your ex-husband and the terror kidnapping of your own grandchildren for jealousy and money. Evil has a face, and today it's yours. Sentences like lightning. Catherine life without parole, transferred to out-of-state black site solitary. Brian another 25 years. Delgado's crew busted statewide. 6 arrests, 3 guards terminated. Crypto wallet seized. Funded college for every grandkid. Today, December 20 Sesang, 2025, I'm in the great room of our expanded Lake Erie Lodge. Fire roaring, snow falling outside, surrounded by Tyler's 3 kids, Melissa's 4, and 2 new babies, all piling on Grandpa for story time. Sarah's famous chili simmering, lineman tails flying, respect thick as the holiday lights on the dock. Catherine's letters from the hole, unopened, returned. Kids disowned her forever. They thought destroying a hard-working grandpa was the end game. It forged a legacy no evil could touch. What gutted you deepest? That hit order over a Christmas card? The grandkid kidnapping ransom plot, or coaching terror to make them hate Grandpa forever? Let it rip in the comments with exactly where you're watching from, your city, your state, your country, so I can see how far this unthinkable evil has spread across the world. Your horror, your tears, your roar for justice, I read every single one. And if these real-life monsters and family skin, soul-crushing plots, and unbreakable happy endings keep you coming back, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. These nightmares strike America's heartland families every single day. But the radiant victories are what prove love wins. She escaped prison in a laundry truck and showed up at our family Thanksgiving with a knife, screaming she'd take the grandkids with her, or none of us would have them at all. That's what the 911 dispatcher heard from my Lake Erie cabin on a snowy Thanksgiving morning in 2021, 3 years after Catherine swore solitary had broken her spirit forever. Sirens raced up Route 6 as neighbors in Vermilion called in panic. Catherine, gaunt and wild-eyed in stolen scrubs, had hidden in a prison laundry truck out of Marysville, hitched 120 miles north, and burst through our front door mid-turkey carving, kitchen knife from my own block in hand, lunging for Melissa's 10-year-old daughter and Tyler's 9-year-old twins cowering behind the couch. Security footage from the new ring system, installed after the hitman plot, caught every second. Catherine shrieking, "Jim stole my family. I'm taking back what's mine or burning it all down." She slashed at Sarah, nicked my arm shielding the kids, then tried dragging the screaming twins toward the door while threatening to end the bloodline Jim ruined. Tyler tackled her. Melissa grabbed the knife hand. I held the grandkids as deputies stormed in. But the soul-shattering twist, the one that made national news and had grandmothers across Ohio weeping, was the suicide vest rigged under her coat. Fake explosives wired to a dead man switch, meant to blow the cabin if police shot her. Bomb squad confirmed. Real C4 smuggled by her last guard contact. Timer set for 10 minutes once triggered. Her final prison note seized. If I can't have the grandkids and the money, nobody gets a happy Thanksgiving. Jim dies knowing he lost everything again. Sheriff's negotiator talked her down. Vest disarmed with seconds left. Catherine collapsed sobbing as cuffs clicked. Final trial in January 2022 was packed wall to wall. Judge Harlan Brooks, voice breaking. Mrs. Crawford, you escaped prison, terrorized your grandchildren on a holiday, and rigged explosives to murder your entire family for revenge. Mercy died years ago. Sentence: death penalty. Ohio's first woman in decades. Commuted to permanent isolation in out-of-state black site. Last guard contact life without parole. Today, December 22nd, 2025. 15 years to the day after Catherine's retirement party ambush, I'm at the head of our massive Thanksgiving table in the rebuilt, fortified Lake Erie Lodge, carving the biggest turkey yet. Sarah beside me. Tyler's 4 kids. Melissa's 5. 3 new great-grandbabies toddling around. Lineman stories roaring louder than the waves outside. Catherine's appeals denied forever. Kids and grandkids refuse her name spoken. They thought humiliating a hard-working lineman was the ultimate win. It forged a family fortress no madness could breach. What absolutely shattered you in this saga? That retirement party betrayal? Forged wills? Poisoned lies on grandkids? Hitman orders? Or this final Thanksgiving terror with a bomb vest? Pour out your heart in the comments with exactly where you're watching from. Your city, your state, your country, so I can see how far this unimaginable evil and unbreakable triumph has touched lives worldwide. Your heartbreak, your fury, your tears of joy at the ending. I read every single one. And if these real-life monsters wearing family faces, soul-destroying plots, and radiant happy endings keep you coming back, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. These horrors strike good American families every single day. But the glorious, faith-restoring victories are what prove love and justice always win in the end.